This is Robin Lord Taylor, aka the Penguin from Gotham, and you are listening to Limited Addiction Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limited Addiction Podcast. My name is Frankie.
My name's Daniel, and we're here to talk about all things nerdy.
We got a lot to talk about.
Do we?
Yeah, we were gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything that happened.
There's been a lot.
All right, well, you might have to fill in the holes then.
Well, the big thing you were leading into was Jessica Jones.
Yeah. Hey, you literally just said that like 10 minutes ago.
did.
I already forgot again.
When we were,
Not that I thought it was a bad show or forgettable. But
because last we recorded was the night before, and we were all stoked for it.
yeah, and then I watched it all in one day.
Yeah, me too.
So, I've seen the first episode since then.
You finished before me because I took a break in the middle to get that white Xbox. That's right, I got the white Xbox.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, got the white Xbox and some food.
Story.
Yeah, some resolution to this story.
Yeah, I did I think I woke up at like 5, watched the first episode, and fell back asleep.
Yeah.
And then I was up right by 9, just cranked it out, had to stop and do some stuff.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I woke up around 5 too as well. Just kept going. I was technically on call too, so I had to like be by my work phone. Like, okay, if I have to do an appointment, I'll have to leave. But I never got one. And then it was past any time I would get an appointment, so I'm like, I didn't eat either for like 6 hours. I'm really hungry. Yeah. I might as well get that Xbox now. And then I came home and played the Xbox and fell asleep. That's why you beat me.
Yeah, it was around like 6 or 7 episode, not hour. I had to take a little nap, so I was just falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever watched a whole season of a show in one day. That's that many episodes. Sometimes that.
Oh, I've done it several times.
But yeah.
When I first got Netflix streaming, man, that's all I did. People would be like, oh, you ever heard of this American Horror Story? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, it's on Netflix. I'm like, oh, cool. And we'd hang out the night, be like, it was a pretty good show. I'm like, what?
Oh, wait.
You watched it?
I lied. I remember now when I was unemployed.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I watched like The Killing in seasons 1 through 3 in one day. Not one day, but like each consecutive one day.
There was a time I could probably pretty confidently say I'd seen everything that was on Netflix.
Yeah. But yeah, so what'd you think of the show?
It was good. I meant to pull up like 10 things you missed, but they're usually... I'm tired of those lists.
We're late in the game too, if you don't know. There's a lot of there's Easter eggs, but yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, my big question, you might not remember since it has been like 2 weeks since we saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So, were we supposed to understand that Luke Cage has been under Purple Man's control the entire time? Or...
No, it was...
Just...
Not the entire time. It's after the first meeting and dude saw him, I think. The Maxwell guy, the neighbor. And then he realized he was in the picture. No, what happened was, midway through when they're in the restaurant with Hope, Luke Cage followed her there. That's what happened.
And then he runs up to punch him and he's like,
Stop.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I'll have time to do it for this episode. I meant to record that, yeah, because that was hilarious when David Tennant was like, who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you?
Luke Cage.
But yeah.
Get that in a Sweet Christmas.
Oh my goodness, Sweet Christmas.
For our gag reel.
The 2 times he said it were perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the show. Some complaints I heard about it, the action scenes weren't as good as Daredevil, but I mean, what were people expecting? Daredevil's basically a ninja. She just is a girl.
Drunk.
Yeah, drunk. A girl. Don't cut me off there. A girl with superpowers. Like she's
just a girl.
She's just a girl. Yeah, I got cut off. I'm like, I gotta finish that sentence. No, she's not just a girl. She's a non-fighter who all of a sudden has superpowers. Like,
yeah.
So I wasn't expecting ninja scenes. I do kind of agree with maybe one of the critiques that it could have been a few episodes less, but I mean, that's not a giant complaint coming from a guy who watched it one day. Not that big of a deal.
I love the night nurse is back. Not your traditional night nurse.
She's tying the welfare Marvel movies. That's what I heard someone call it. The welfare Marvel movies.
Yeah, which I've seen some places refer to it as night nurse, and other places just as Claire Temple.
Yeah.
Because there's still the rumors that Rachel McAdams is supposed to play Night Nurse in the
Mhm.
Doctor Strange movie. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it. I think it was more this. I think probably I like Daredevil better just because I've liked the Daredevil character for a longer time. But I like this show because it was more a character study. Daredevil was a police procedural with the main person just happened to be a superhero. This one was more like a psychological kind of noir character study about someone PTSD and.
I mean, yeah, David Tennant was great.
And David Tennant, oh man, he was super great in it.
I heard one complaint that they were like, he played the same role he always plays. I'm like, yeah, because he's a good actor.
No, because he's just a lovable good guy. This time he was a lovable bad guy.
Yeah.
And I love that his main plan wasn't to take over the world. It wasn't to do anything great. He just wanted the girl to like him, like to really like him.
The most relatable character in Marvel history.
We've all been there.
Other than Iceman.
We've all been. Iceman may just want someone to like him.
He does, but more relatable.
But yeah, so that's why I think it was.
Yeah, what were some of the Easter eggs you got?
Well, Nuke being in there, that was one. Patsy Walker.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Which that was good timing too, because the comic's about to kick off or did kick off again.
I don't think it's good timing. I don't think they know what they're doing.
Well, it was supposed to be Captain Marvel, female Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers, yeah.
And the original, right? But they switched it because they didn't want to take away from the movie.
Because originally this was pitched for ABC, and we should thank our lucky stars it didn't do that, because we would have a S.H.I.E.L.D. type show.
Yep.
I'm not saying S.H.I.E.L.D. Actually, S.H.I.E.L.D. last week was really good.
Yeah, I didn't even write
or this week.
Down.
But I was so surprised with how graphic that show was. I mean...
Oh, yeah. A buddy of mine, he's not like us at all, into superheroes and stuff, but he'll go see like Avengers and things like that. And he was like, I think he texted me Friday night or something. Yeah. He was like, hey, have you ever seen Jessica Jones? And I was like, yeah, it's great. Just finished it. I don't think he knew it just came out, He probably thinks it is on TV. And I was like, just to warn you, they have a lot of sex the first 4 episodes, and then it's like no sex at all after that.
Yeah. Oh. We try and keep this thing as PG as possible, but yeah, they get some pretty intense scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the whole stuff with Luke Cage's wife. I'm trying not to be super spoily, but
yeah,
it's been long enough.
It has been 2 weeks.
Man, maybe we should find the time and do each episode.
Yeah, but by the time we get to do it, I mean, it'd be too late.
Well, yeah.
There's a short shelf life on this stuff.
We could do, just go ahead and do Daredevil. I mean, yeah, we're late to the game, and then might set us up perfect time for Luke Cage.
I think Daredevil season 2 will probably come before Luke Cage.
Yeah,
because I think they just finished wrapping, or they're about to. So I know. Yeah, I really like Luke. The actor played Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Forget his name now.
Luke Cage?
No, the actor.
Power Man.
No, again, you're just saying the name.
Legally changed his name.
I think he did a great job.
Yeah. That's good casting on Marvel's part.
Someone brought up that, I mean, the show was very female driven. All the characters, any male character was basically a broken person. If you think about it, Luke Cage is kind of broken. David Tennant obviously was.
Yep.
I mean, we don't get a lot of that in this day and age. Especially from a superhero show. Female empowerment.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what they're going with.
Yeah.
Remind me about with Black Panther later. Kind of the same kind of concept.
He's a woman?
No.
There has been a woman in Black Panther.
My complaint with it, which, I mean, it's partially that, I've got the mind for TVs and movies, so, like, I'm that person that first scene I can be like, bad guy. But, the drug addict, like, as soon as we knew somebody was following her or whatever, I was like, it's him.
Maxwell, I think his name was.
Which I don't think we were supposed to not know.
Yeah.
Because, like, the big reveal wasn't like a, what? It was like, even they were like, oh, duh, it's the drug addict. But yeah.
He's actually, and that's the Easter egg too, he actually is her assistant in the comics. Alias.
Yeah, I liked the show enough. I should say that. I did like the show. But I almost bought Alias #1.
Did you?
Yesterday, actually. Was it?
How much was it going for?
I want to say that the lovely people at Comics to Games in Florence, Kentucky, or online at comicstogames.com. Facebook as well. I feel like you told me 50. Not sure. But I was already buying a few things.
Gotcha.
So no, it was over the weekend. So it was still...
I mean, that comic, panel #1, the F-bombs dropped.
Yeah.
The graphic comic.
Maybe if he has it. I mean, that's like half my credit there. But...
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it later. We both were able to sell things. We have credit going right now, so comics are free. Not free.
Yeah. It was when I was buying the X-Men back issues, so I was already getting quite a lot.
Gotcha.
Probably going to regret not buying that at some point in my life. But I don't know. I don't know if we ever talked about the guy at Comic-Con.
Which guy?
The one that was like, my friends say I just flip comics, but I don't. And then proceeded to tell us that he flipped comics.
Oh, yeah, that guy we met in the line.
I don't think we did, because we were afraid he would actually listen. Maybe he does.
Maybe he keeps listening.
You're a jerk, man. Sorry.
Wow. What if he's been a loyal listener since then?
Well, he still is. Jerk.
I don't remember him that well now. I'm not going to call him a jerk.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know if he actually was a jerk. It just...
He was kind of smug, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's probably a better word.
Like, I made this much money, I flipped this and this and this. You'd be stupid. Why would you keep these comics, Mike? Because I like them?
Yeah. He literally was like, my friends say I just flip comics, but I don't. And then it was like, I bought this one for this and then flipped it for this. I'm like, so
yeah, because he didn't even read them. He just speculated and knew which comics to buy, and then that's not fun.
He was there for autographs.
He's the reason why the physical media will die.
Yep.
People like him.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have bought the Alias, bottom line. But I'm not wanting to flip comics. I'll flip toys, but...
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah, I haven't flipped any comics either. I'm trying to think. Well, the New 52, when they did the villain months, I did that.
I flipped one, actually. It was Rick Remender, autographed, and Kenny X-Force #1. I had him sign 3 of them, because I had them, because I bought lots.
Yeah.
And happened to get 3 of them. And one, it was in 2012. He signed it 2015 or 2017, which in hindsight now looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been like I met him this year. Because I did, actually. I should have brought that, man. If I still had it, that would have been funny. And be like, so you signed this one 2015 and 2012. Would you like to sign it now? But I was afraid, if he died or something. I was like, well, that would make that one worthless. So I sold that one. I think that might be the only comic I've ever sold.
From my experience, I just had a bad taste in my mouth. Like, when they were doing Villain Month, DC, the New 52, every single...
like, flipper.
Well, yeah, because what happened was this is getting very nerdy in the comic world. China short-ordered the shop's issues. So, we have pull files at our comic book store, so we're guaranteed to get our comics. But since this whole month was being taken over by villains, they weren't going to be in our pull files. You actually had to show up to the comic book store and get the limited number of comics. This was a period of time where I wasn't working. Luckily. So I'm like, man, I might as well get all these and then flip them. And just every Wednesday for a month, waiting in line, because every Wednesday there was a really long line. But again, wasn't working, so pretty much would always be in the front of the line. And it was a whole debacle of people in the front of the line would take all the comics and give them to their friends who were in the back. So me waiting there a long time didn't matter if the person in front of me was a jerk like that. It just kind of gave a bad taste in my mouth. And then I tried flipping them, and I broke even. I didn't even make money off the whole ordeal. Because I'm not very good at eBay, so I trusted my brother. And I don't know. He's like, we'll just put it for this price, and then people will bid on it. I'm like, shouldn't we just do a buy now? That way I'm guaranteed. He's like, no, trust me, people are gonna bid a lot. And like one person bid, and I'm like, Bernie, I'm just gonna break even with this. And like, no, more people. And yeah, no one else. I just barely broke even, and it was gonna be my money to go to Arizona with. I mean, I broke even, so it was enough money, but so I'm like, this isn't fun at all.
Yeah.
Never again. So I just buy for the sake of buying.
Yeah, there's a few I'll pick up. Like, I picked up Deadpool back in the day. So I thought it'd be funny, even though I hate Deadpool. And that's one that I've thought about selling a few times because it has jumped up. I mean, like 50s, 60s, not hundreds, you know. And then I almost bought My Little Phony, but it was a short money week.
I guess there's a difference between like casually speculating, like, oh, this is issue 1 of a series of a writer I like. Maybe it'll be worth something someday, and you buy it then and there. But like, if you feel like you have insider information, like with that whole DC thing, I know these books are shortchanged. I put on my like schemer hat. Like, I want to do this.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of the.
That's when it feels kind of dirty.
New 52 #1s, just in case.
Yeah, I mean that was actually a pretty good buy too, because a lot of those actually did become worth money.
The one that I actually read, I didn't buy though, was Batgirl.
That one.
I've got the first print now.
That one's like 10 times what cover price, right? It's like $40.
Yeah, I've got first print of #1 and a second print signed by Gail. #1, which when she looked at it, she was like, "This is second print." I was like, "I know. My wife likes to read it. It's the only comic she'll read." She's like, "Oh, cool. Girls read comics."
Gail Simone was the big on the No Girl in the Fridge campaign.
Yeah,
I think I've talked about it before, where for the longest time in comics, women were only there to service the plot or the character, not have their own agenda. In issue #1 of the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, his sole motivation was this bad guy cuts up his girlfriend, puts her in a freezer. Nice. His character was just solely introduced to die.
Yep.
You're going to be the motivation for a character.
Like most women in your life.
Most women in my life. What?
For more information on that, turn into Tinder time on Let's Talk About It.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, Gail was actually pretty cool.
I would have liked to met her. Where'd you meet her at?
That would have been, let's see, I was alone. So I'm going to say C2E2.
Okay.
One of the years. Or maybe something down in like Lexington or Louisville. Not Lexington. I've never been to a con in Louisville. So C2E2. I'm pretty sure Ashley was with me in Nashville. I said her name. I also said my wife and you didn't say the tagline.
You're married? Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a rough week too.
I'll say C2E2. I don't think that's right though.
But yeah, we kind of went on a tangent about speculating. I forget where we were going with any of this. Oh, you want to get issue #1 of Alias. Man, we got to keep going because we got tons of shows.
Yeah. So, Easter eggs, what'd you see? Nuke.
That lawyer was part of the Brand Corporation, I think.
Yeah.
These are just some of these things I'm not even going to try and front. Like, I've heard other people talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I immediately look up lists, like, before I see movies. Like, before I see Star Wars on Sunday after it comes out, I'll look up the 10 things you missed, so I don't miss them.
Oh, I'm not going to do any of that. After I see the movie, then I'll do that. But
yeah, I like doing it before, so I can be like, hey, that's that guy from the third movie. Remember?
I don't know. I don't want to be cocky, but I feel like Star Wars is the one thing that I'll probably catch.
Yeah.
I've not only watched every movie at least 20 times, even the prequels. I've read so many expanded universe books, and I know they don't count anymore, but I feel like I'll catch a lot of these. But
yeah,
I'm not perfect, so
there you go.
But I'm definitely going to catch more Easter eggs than I did Jessica Jones. I only read like the first 2 trades of that.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have in trade. But no, good show.
Really good show.
We'll have to talk about whether we'll dissect the Daredevils. I guess it depends if anyone else has done them.
All the welfare Marvel shows.
Yeah, so that would be kind of neat. We've been thinking about getting into TV or getting somebody to get into TV.
We could do commentary, but you can't really do that for a show. We did that for movies.
Do it for like Wilds.
Yeah, and then
like,
you just tell people
Mystery Science.
Yeah, and then you have people sync it up.
Yeah,
so we definitely don't have the rights to just take a movie and put us in it.
It's true. No, I just meant like all the podcasts do about TV shows where take episode 1. Basically, like whenever we do a movie episode.
Man, we're trying to not do things beat for beat. That's not entertaining.
It is, though. Because those are some of the #1 podcasts.
Okay.
Not on this show, but
gotcha.
If people go into it knowing we're going to be doing beat for beat on the episodes, maybe. I don't know.
Well, but maybe to cap it all off, like, wow, how lucky are we that we basically get like a 13-hour movie of a character that she's not obscure, she's in the universe, but
yeah,
it's crazy. We live in a great time. and we're going to talk about more great things, because a lot of trailers dropped.
Coming up next.
Boom. What's your next thing you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh.
I wanted to feel like we're going into commercial break. Like we're a real podcast.
Yeah, if we had sponsors that
gave us money.
Gave us scripts. Let's go to Civil War then.
Speaking of which, I'm working on
yeah, so I can't... Yeah, I read that. Okay. Just want to feel that silence. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. So, still working out the contract, so I can't say it on air yet. So, enjoy that silence, brought to you by The Future.
Not the singer. Or rapper guy.
Oh, man, that's a great rapper name.
It's already been taken.
Mine is The Fury.
The Fury probably been taken.
Probably. I'm going to record a gangster rap and drop it, and just call out every single rapper I know.
Dr. Snoop Dre.
Yeah, Captain America Civil War.
Oh, man.
Official trailer.
Out of nowhere.
Boom. That was crazy. I was like, Facebook suggests you watch this. I'm like, this? Oh my God.
Jimmy Kimmel has got two of the big ones lately. They, for the last minute, said that Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. were going to be on. So I guess right then and there we should have known some kind of trailer, but that is seemingly out of nowhere. I was expecting it to be for the Star Wars trailer, and we would have seen it relatively close to the Star Wars. Like,
yeah.
We live in a day now and age, people don't go to movies just for trailers. Like, it would have been dropped out soon, but yeah, boy, did they ever drop a trailer.
Yep.
So basically the trailer, it seems to pick up right where, well, not exactly, but pick up the thread of them trying to find Bucky from the Winter Soldier movie. And at the same time, yeah, they took an actual scene. The tag of Ant-Man was an actual scene for Civil War while they were filming it.
Yeah, I heard it's like slightly different.
That's
like
to be
they
expected.
reshot it or something.
That's not out of line. But basically, I mean, comic fans, we've all been since we were just wishing that they would do an Avenger movie. Then as soon as they did the Avenger movie, like, do a Civil War movie. We got greedy really quick. Like, oh, we got that.
Now we got it.
It's kind of crazy. We'll talk about Batman v Superman, but there was a time where both movies were slated to come out first week of May. Yep. Both Batman v Superman and Captain America 3, which at the time was not called Civil War. So, like, that would have been crazy if they both came out, but then Batman v Superman balked. They decided to go earlier, which I think is better for them. Better for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of funny, like, you got Batman v Superman, like, oh, that's cute. You guys fighting each other? Well, we're going to make everyone fight.
Except for the Hawk.
Two people fighting? Well, how about...
Yeah. No, crazy trailer. I mean, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen the trailer by now, it's out there on the interwebs. Go see it. But as a comic fan, and kind of the Civil War is about where I started reading again.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a little past it, but I definitely backtracked to it. I was definitely aware of comics when the Civil War came out, because my roommate was getting them and he explained the story. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. But this story, this movie, for being as big as it is, it still feels like a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Which was very cool. But I don't know if we want to go super into it.
Oh, yeah. Sure. So we get to see Captain America getting his shield and uniform taken away, which is kind of funny, because it's technically government property. So is he, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of the weird thing. Oh, man. When, wow.
Well, okay, let's start with the comics. So basically, the idea is that superheroes must be held accountable, and they must register with the government. In the instance of the comics, they have to give them their secret identities. You know, it's not a bad idea. This is why this story was so great, because you kind of saw the point in both sides. Yeah. I mean, you look at police officers, you look at firemen, and even the military. They're held accountable. Superheroes, they're not necessarily. They're doing good, but look at the collateral damage, which we saw in Man of Steel, which we saw in Avengers, which I think is probably a big reason.
Which we'll see in Damage Control.
I think the Sokovia Pact thing, that contract they were signing.
See that?
I think is a direct impact from Age of Ultron. And I also speculate that I think something else happens too that Bucky's blamed for. That's just me speculating.
Kind of setting that up.
But basically, yeah. So you have the government wanting heroes to sign this paper and basically work for them. But in the comics, they didn't like that idea. They didn't want to work for anyone, but they didn't want to give out their secret identities. So you had Iron Man, team registration, and you think Captain America, red, white, and blue, would be at the side of the government. Wasn't. So he led, basically, the other side. Same kind of thing with the movie, but it's not so much about secret identities, because no one has a secret identity in the Marvel movies.
Too much.
Not too much. So we don't know the exact reason why. I mean, we have the Sokovia Pact thing, and that was the city of the Ultron thing. So that could be it, or, like I was saying...
Considering, like, why are they blaming that on, like... I mean, yeah, a lot of things died and stuff, but the alternative to them not destroying that city was destroy the world.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's going to be something else, but they really make you think it's because of the Sokovia Pact. But basically, so far, it's kind of like the Avengers do work for the government, or they work for S.H.I.E.L.D., and we've since seen S.H.I.E.L.D's kind of broken now.
Yeah.
But it's always seemed like they were working for the government in some fashion.
Yeah. There were a couple cool parts of the trailer. I liked when Iron Man was like, why are you trying to help him? And kept referring to Bucky. He's like, he's my friend. He's like, I used to be your friend.
Yeah. But
you still can be.
You still can be.
Just help me find Bucky. He's my little buddy.
I mean, we only see certain parts because of movies, but anytime we've seen Captain America and Iron Man, they never really seem like they're friends. They always like trade jabs. And
yeah. And then War Machine assumably dies.
I don't think he dies. I think he's gotten beat up. You see Bucky go for the reactor.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so cool.
Yeah, that fight where it's Bucky and Captain America versus Iron Man.
And they're trading the shields.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that's just setting up for him to take the mantle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if nothing else, they're flirting with
So,
it.
spoilers for the comic. Captain America dies at the end of it.
Yep.
So, will that happen in the movie? I don't know. That'd be crazy if they did. I think it'd be a good idea. I mean, bring him back for Avengers Infinity War Part 2, but definitely in the first one, have a new Cap, be it Bucky or Falcon.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Bucky, only because in the comics I liked his costume.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be mad if it was Falcon, because I like Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it does seem like there's all those little tiny hints at it. Even in Winter Soldier, he was holding the shield at one point when he caught it.
Yeah. And then you had Black Panther.
And yes, you see Black Panther.
This is what I was talking about. So, Entertainment Weekly has on the cover, it's Captain America and Iron Man unmasked, and then Black Panther's behind them. And they put a little speech bubble, and Black Panther said, "New." And people are flipping out about it.
Like, I haven't seen this picture.
I was reading the article. I mean, they make good points. You know, this is the first big mainstream black superhero.
Yeah.
And yes, you've had Falcon, but Black Panther's going to have his own movie, you know? So apparently they're upset because they think Entertainment Weekly is just making light of it. So I'm like, well, no, it's funny because he's a cat.
He's a cat.
Like, what's he supposed to say? Like, yo. That'd be even worse.
I wonder what his dialect will be. If it'll be like, I hope this doesn't sound racist, but like the, hello, ayaw. Or if they'll just go with the generic British.
Yeah.
Because Wakanda is in kind of mid-Africa. It's ambiguous.
Could go either way.
So, I think his costume looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. They put up, I'll try and get it up on the Instagram. I say that a lot, though. But, Entertainment Weekly has a full picture of it. Mm-hmm. You can see it a little bit better. It's really cool. It's neat.
So, what's his...
It's like a better version of John Dickles' costume.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of John Dickles' costume. I think I said it before, but super stoked for this movie. We've got less than a year. That's crazy to think about. That movie will come out in May. I mean, we only got a couple weeks till Star Wars comes out. Yep. Dang. But yeah, stoked for it. One big omission, which I'm not even mad we didn't see. Spider-Man. Didn't see him at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how big of a role is Spider-Man going to be? In the Civil War comic, he was a pretty big role.
It's already been speculated that Black Panther's kind of taking that role.
Yeah, originally because they didn't even have Spider-Man on the table when they announced this movie. But Spider-Man's role more in the comics where he was a long time, no one knew his identity, and he publicly outed himself just to show support for registration. Turned out to be a bad move on his part, but he kind of was in the middle of it. And he was on Team Tony Stark, because Tony Stark, prior to the Civil War, took him under his wing, gave him a cool new suit.
Iron Spider.
Iron Spider, but then he kind of saw the maybe. See, it's been so long. I can't remember if Tony was profiting off everything, which I don't think so, because that would really make Iron Man a bad guy. But he saw some of the downsides, basically, of the registration side.
Didn't they hurt somebody that he loved?
I think what it was where they were detaining people that didn't want to sign or villains in the negative zone without a fair trial.
Yeah.
If I remember right. It gets kind of comics get complicated, but he saw the bad sides of the registration, which I think, I don't know. I go back and forth. I think it's not necessarily a bad idea to register as a superhero, but you shouldn't publicly give your identity.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Which they retconned in comics. They took it back.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll talk about that debacle, but that's his role in the comics. Now you're saying that Black Panther will do that role. I don't see it because T'Challa is a prince. He's royalty. It's not the same stakes. He's not impressionable like Spider-Man was. Oh, which side? I don't know. But they're definitely chasing him for some reason in the trailer.
Yeah. Maybe Bucky is being blamed for doing something to Wakanda.
That could be. That's why I lean towards Bucky did there's some explosion, just like what triggered the comics.
Well, yeah, because, in the trailer, he says, I didn't do this. And Captain America's like, yeah, but they think you did. We need to go.
True.
So he does. They think he did something.
One theory, I said it before, and more people have said it now, so I don't even feel like I can claim it anymore, but in the comics, Bucky, when he was under the influence of, when he was brain controlled, he killed Tony Stark's parents.
Nice.
So I think that's going to happen again in the movie. That's why Tony Stark is more invested in this, we gotta track him down, and
that would make sense.
More hurt by Cap going with Bucky, you killed my parents, but it's complicated. He's brainwashed.
Yeah. How do you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will play into it?
Oh, man.
Be like episode before. Oh, man. Did you see that crazy Black Panther guy? Weird. Week after. Well, that was pretty crazy.
Well, they're seeming to set up a team of Inhumans. Maybe we should sign this registration. There'll be a divide maybe there'll be a 1 or 2 episode divide where they're having their own internal civil war.
Maybe. That's the crazy part is from the way I understand the contracts, no one on S.H.I.E.L.D. can be in the movies other than Phil Coulson.
What?
I
know the Welfare Marvel movies, if they needed for the movies, they got to step up.
Yeah.
So you're saying the ABC guys?
Their contracts, there's something weird with, maybe it's just they can't use some people because of the movies. I don't know. It's a couple episodes back. I was talking about it with Quake. But it's something where, we'll never, maybe it's the other way. Maybe if they're in the movies, you probably will never see them in the TV show.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's it was something where they were talking about we're never going to see Black Bolt, Medusa, Lockjaw.
Oh, with the Inhumans.
Until after the movie. Something like that, with something to do with contracts and things. Which
is unfortunate. I'd like a world where, especially once we get to Avengers Infinity War 1 and 2, where we just see everybody.
Yeah, it's you have Daredevil, you have Jessica Jones, you have Quake, whatever Lincoln's code name is, all these people.
Shocky dude.
Why not use them in Civil War, even if it's just in a rally for us to be oh my god, it's Matt Murdock. Oh man, that'd be crazy if Matt Murdock's a lawyer in it. Daredevil's not in it, but Matt Murdock is.
If he's Bucky's lawyer, because there's an arc where, as Captain America, Bucky's put on trial for his crimes being brainwashed. If Matt Murdock's his lawyer.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool.
That would be fun.
We're dealing with the worlds are connected, but they're not connected. I'm going with they're connected. Because I like to believe that everything is all happening at once in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Well, they're connected. Well, Daredevil's connected because they've talked about the Avengers movies.
Yeah, and Jessica Jones also did. But, you have different departments of the studio. The main Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige and stuff, is not the biggest fan of Jeff Loeb, who runs the Netflix side. Well, it's different. He runs the Netflix side with Joe Quesada as a creative consultant, and then ABC does the S.H.I.E.L.D. show. So, 3 different camps, and then Marvel Studio does the Agent Carter show.
Yeah.
I could be mixing these up a little bit, but you have different camps. So, I mean, the director, Joss Whedon, of the last Avengers movie said in his mind Coulson's dead. I'm like, what are you talking about? You co-created the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. He's not dead. I understand that you don't want to reveal him because it would make the Avengers be like, why did we even team up again?
Yeah. I mean, you could have it where maybe it's just like 6-year reveal we'll get where it's actually a clone of Phil Coulson.
I swear I thought, like, this is back when D3, the Disney thing, when they leaked the Civil War. They didn't leak it, but they played a Civil War trailer. I feel like somebody recorded the audio, and it seemed like Chris Evans was saying something, like naming all these crazy things that are going on. He's like, Phil Coulson's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought I heard that.
Yeah.
There's no visual to back it up. Someone leaked the audio. So maybe even Civil War, they'll acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. What's Samuel L. Jackson doing now? There's so many questions, but guess what? We're going to find out the answers.
In May.
In May.
Anyway, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., real quick, season finale or mid-season
Was
finale?
that the mid-season finale?
Pretty sure. I don't think I have anything.
I mean, it was a really good episode. It's crazy. All across the board, except for maybe Walking Dead, I'd say all the shows were really good.
Yeah. It's a good week for shows.
Yeah, Phil Coulson is on a vendetta because something happens at the very beginning of the episode to his lady friend. Pushes him over the edge, and he's going after Ward. Which, at this point, Ward's he should be dead.
Yeah, he's a D-hole.
Yeah. I liked him in season 1. No, I didn't. Thinking about it, he's kind of vanilla.
Milli Vanilli?
Milli Vanilli.
Alright, got at least one more.
Okay. That's good. I was going to say, this is not I know they kind of left it on a cliffhanger, but this is not a good cliffhanger to leave it on.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how much we want to say about it. We're usually not shy about spoiling stuff. Nobody tells us they hate it. But, man, when he dives out of that plane,
yeah,
he goes straight into that... First, I was like, impossible. Dive right there. You just did.
Exactly.
I was like, man, that was boss.
It was.
It's dope.
The Hydra, what's left of Hydra, their plan is go to the portal to that planet we don't know that much about. And bring back whatever that monster thing is that we didn't see.
I've got a theory.
Okay. It's MODOK?
The monster...
I wished.
The monster thing is the astronaut guy.
Think so?
I don't wholeheartedly, but I was thinking about it. I was like, you don't really see them together.
Yeah, that's true. I'd have to go back and see that episode.
Like, I was thinking maybe at the end he's like, go, I'll stop him so she can get away. But I'm not 100% sure about that.
I mean, it I can't place where it seemed like they were both running from him at the same time, so it's possible. Maybe he even thought that at the time. So far, that astronaut is too good to be true. It puts a real wrench in the plan for Fitz and Simmons have this.
Man, what if Fitz kills him?
Yeah. Let's see that happen.
Like, Coulson kills Ward.
Okay.
Fitz picks up his gun and just shoots the astronaut.
Well,
and Coulson's like, what'd you do? He's like, get back in the portal.
I did what had to be done. He's gonna have a Scottish accent. I did what had to be done.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't think it's not in Fitz's character at all, but...
No, but maybe you're right. It does reveal he's
been...
the bad guy, and he's incapacitated everyone else, and it's just up to him, and he shoots him.
Oh, man, that'd be cool, yeah. Turns out he is the bad guy,
so
Fitz has to put him down.
Yeah.
And Simmons sees him, but just sees him put the astronaut down, and she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, Ward was pretty much pushing him, like, man, you should have made your move. Which the whole time I was like, Fitz, tell me you did.
I did.
She just got sucked into an alien planet.
This alien planet where this dreamboat guy that is weirdly at an age he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's speculating, but I thought it was a good episode because it had purpose. A lot of times S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have purpose. Like, what are they doing? But yeah, stakes were high. Good episode. Excited to see where it goes, and then I'm more excited for Agent Carter.
I just feel like they're afraid to kill Ward.
Good-looking dreamboat guy is our only villain. I could see it. He was the character in this game I played, Until Dawn. Like they did screen, like he was, the actual mocapped, and it was his likeness. But he was the stereotypical kind of jock guy.
It's funny.
telling you, that's a good game. If you ever get a PlayStation 4, you should play it.
But yeah, Agent Carter's coming around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Going Hollywood Noir this season.
Played L.A. Noir, the Rockstar game back in the day.
I have that game.
Do you?
Never played it.
That's
what I heard.
It's a game. I was really stoked for it. It looks good. It looked good at the time. I guess you throw it against graphics now, but they were really key on facial mocap recognition. Yeah. But it's kind of a repetitive detective game.
Well, let's move on. Supergirl.
That's one I haven't watched. I'm thinking about buying the season so I can watch it.
Red Tornado Week.
How's that?
Wasn't bad. I mean, the same thing I've had with the whole show. You know, it's a good show, but I don't know Superman lore, so if I don't this doesn't mean she beat Reactron. All right, who's Reactron?
I don't know if this buzz has gone down, but when Jessica Jones debuted, there were a lot of people saying this is how a female-fronted show should be, kind of knocking Supergirl compared to it, which isn't exactly fair because it's Netflix. You can get away with more things.
Yeah, but they tweeted each other.
Did they?
Yeah, well, Jessica Jones tweeted her and was like...
Kristen Ritter?
Or just tweeted out to the world or something. Was like, hey, Supergirl's a great show. Go watch it. And then she tweeted back and was like, hey, your show is pretty good too. Let's be friends.
Your show.
She's like, no thanks.
No thanks. I'm with Marvel. Bye.
You go hang out with the guy from Dawson Creek.
That's a Apartment B from 23 reference. Gosh.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that terrible TV.
I watched that show. I'm not gonna lie. I had a crush on Kristen Ritter before this show, so I was already invested.
Yeah. It was a good episode. They're doing some stuff where Dean Cain was killed by the guy that's supposed to be a good guy, apparently.
Wait, they already killed Dean Cain?
Oh, he's only been seen in flashbacks. He died when they were 12 or something.
Oh, he's already dead. Wow.
Yeah.
I've only seen episode 1, so...
Spoilers.
It's okay. That's a show I knew I couldn't keep up with. I'm really thinking about buying the season.
But it's still a good show. It's that you can tell it's not for comic people.
Gotcha.
That's not their initial purpose, you know. Mm-hmm. Just like I think any Superman related show has been.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good show. I'll keep watching it until they really screw me over. But they're casting a teenage Superman.
Weird.
To be in flashbacks, which, as anyone knows, I'm not a huge fan of Arrow flashbacks. So some of these Supergirl flashbacks aren't great either.
Hey, you know what I just realized? We'll get to it when we get to the Arrow episode.
I'm done.
Oh.
So, that's Arrow and Flash.
Arrow and Flash. Before I forget it, there were no flashbacks in the Arrow episode.
Nope.
Whoa.
Loved it. It was the number one rated show, Arrow episode, since the last crossover.
Really?
Yep.
It was a good episode. Both of them were good episodes. Flash will start with it because it came out first. What happened in that? It's all Vandal Savage. They're kind of all one episode to me at this point.
Yeah, so Flash, we get introduced Vandal Savage.
A little different than the comics because it's seeming that he was an Egyptian priestess. That's his origin. Vandal Savage in the comic was like a caveman and Neanderthal.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of confused.
He was way more than 4,000 years old. He was...
Hawkgirl and Hawkman both started as Egyptians, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just...
It showed Vandal Savage also just being a priest. They only ever said he's 4,000 years old. In the comics, he's millions of years old. He's super old. In the comics, I don't know if this is actual comic origin. I've seen the DC movies. And the Justice League cartoon. He slept, he was a caveman and a meteor crashed and scared all the other cavemen, but he was cold, so he slept by it and it made him immortal. Yeah.
They kind of touched on that with meteorites in his staff thing.
Yeah. Guess. I like the idea of him being millions of years old, though. 4,000. Not that old. Yeah, it is. It's older than Jesus.
Not that old. Yeah. No, so, we get introduced to him.
Yeah.
They're like...
And Hawkman in general. Both Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
And then, was Hawkman in... I guess he was in Flash.
Yeah, that's when he was shown first.
Cisco, Slipsbury's secret identity.
Yeah.
Which...
I like that. He's like, dude.
Yeah. Every time I see the Flash, I just get more upset that he's not in the movie.
Me too. Every time I watch this show, I'm like, DC, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
More for us, though. But yeah, they do this little playful attitude between the Flash and the Arrow, where
Yeah.
they're like, "Your city, your rules," and then they go to Central City, and Arrow says it back to him.
I will say, like, the Arrow, they write it well that it doesn't seem out of place that sometimes he takes more of the mature leader role, even though he has no powers. But he does have more of a strategic mind for this situations. Barry definitely has like godlike powers. That's super speed and time travel is pretty big.
I loved when he crashed through the window, which skip ahead to the end of the episode where I'm like, you didn't clean that up? Have somebody clean that up while you were gone, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess in that sentence you get out. You gotta get out, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, it's been at least a day, if not more. And your window's just been chilling open. Like, you got people that can fix that for you.
Yeah.
Have Barry run back, clean stuff up, and then...
I don't know what the climate is in Star City, but like around here, rain, you can't have a window open. You ruin stuff.
I don't know. But when they were doing it, and then Savage throws a knife and Barry catches, he's like, yeah, I can do that too. I was like, oh my god. Great show.
But all this is, both the episodes are setting up Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kind of excited for the show now.
And Patty kind of gets involved.
Oh, yeah.
She puts down Harrison Wells.
She does. I think she's going to start figuring out things pretty soon.
Well, I think she's going to keep questioning Joe, and Joe's going to be like, Barry, you need to decide what you're doing.
Too many people are starting to know his identity.
Yeah. But then they got the speed serum, too, so...
Speed drug.
That's just opening up all kinds of problems.
Yeah, the Flash myth.
I'm guessing Wally West... How does Wally West get his powers in the comic?
Same kind of thing.
Lightning bolt?
Chemicals, lightning bolt.
So...
Very similar.
I wonder if...
Because he's Iris's nephew. They're not brother and sister in the comics. I think he was visiting Barry Allen in the lab, and I could be totally wrong because it's Silver Age and they've retconned his stuff. Maybe he was visiting, same chemical, same lightning bolt. Boom. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume he's going to get his powers because of that serum. And I think it's weird that the serum apparently doesn't stay in your system either. But I hope Jay gets his powers back. I'd like to see a bunch of speedsters.
Would you, though? I mean, we're going to definitely...
Well, I mean...
We'll get it eventually, a bunch of speedsters. But I don't know how I like that. I like that there's only one so far.
I'd like him to get his powers back, but then still be like, look, I just want to hang out with Caitlin. She's pretty cool.
She's cool. I like her style.
I'm technically an alien.
Not an interdimensional being. Not an alien.
Depends what your definition of alien is.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to get more speedsters.
Yeah.
More than just the two we're ever given.
I mean, I don't really know what speedsters are in Flash other than Reverse, Wally West.
There's Jesse Quick, who they've teased.
What's that?
Earth 2, Harrison Wells' daughter.
Oh.
The Flash and Arrow are very winky. Like, they say things like, you're pretty quick, Jesse. Like, something he says very on the nose. Like,
yeah.
Jesse, you were always quick. Ha 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 ha. Then looks at the camera, wink.
Man, I loved when, not to interrupt, but when Flash is filling in Felicity with everything, she's like, oh, I wonder what Oliver's doppelganger is. I'm like, he's dead.
He's dead.
If only you knew.
He died. He dead. So, then what else happened in that show?
They beat him. Well, Barry time travels again.
Mm-hmm. The big thread, like, it kind of, other than what happens at the very end, the only plot that's left open on purpose is that Oliver knows he has a son now. Think about it, that's slow burn. Was that last season or the season before?
That was 2 seasons before.
Yeah, because the mother's still alive.
Still alive, yeah.
I just can't remember when exactly they did that. I think it was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, because last season was that stupid Asian katana and the assassin.
Yeah, but she was... no, wait, she died.
She died by... Well,
yeah, she died by Deathstroke.
Yeah.
So it had to have been 2 seasons ago. Wow. That's a slow burn.
Yeah, because it was Malcolm, Deathstroke, the Assassin's Guild.
I don't agree with Oliver's course of action with all of it, but definitely it's going to play a role.
It was, that was the weirdest part of it. Like, first instance of the episode, he keeps it from Felicity, but she
Mhm.
finds out and gets mad.
And they seemingly break up.
And then time travel, so we get a redo.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like it's set up that he's going to be like, no, I need to tell Felicity.
Yeah.
But then he says he won't, which maybe he will. I don't know.
It's going to get brought up. Definitely. You don't leave that thread going.
And then, I mean, you still have the somebody dies
Mhm.
in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know yet. So, no, when they aired that scene, the creator / writer of the show still hadn't decided.
The more it's shaping up, I think it's going to be Felicity who dies.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking it's going to go, which will suck, because I like Felicity.
I think it's going to be the son.
William?
Yep.
What? That's so dark. You kill a kid?
Yeah, because, like, she's like, I don't want anyone to know. He's like, all right, but then people find out somehow.
But it was in Star City. Why would that son be buried in Star City?
Because the mom dies first.
Man, you... so dark. In the comics, Oliver does have a son, but his name is Connor Hawke, and they've flat out said that it's not Connor Hawke. This is his own character. They're saving Connor Hawke for Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Different dimension, different kind of... So,
Could be Speedy, too.
yeah.
Because Malcolm was like, if you let my daughter die, I'll rain hell on you. And that's your 5th season right there.
Mhm.
And then that's it.
That's it, then we end it.
Yep. Because no more flashbacks.
Flash forwards. Told you, that's where we go.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're both setting up. I mean, they're great episodes, but they're setting up Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Malcolm take the ashes and like, you owe me, buddy. So, not the last we're going to see of Savage, especially because we know he's a big factor in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and, well, even if he did die definitively, it's still a time travel show, so they're going to have to deal with him in different...
True. What I can't believe is, how did we not know there was a Captain Cold action figure in this universe?
How'd we not know?
Yeah.
I knew there was a Captain Cold figure.
Did you?
Yeah, they showed it at San Diego Comic-Con. Along with, they've done, this is Mattel brand, they've done...
No, like in the show. Because at the end, he's playing, like, we knew he had the Flash action
Yeah.
figure, but in the end, he's like, oh, that's Captain Cold, when he's playing with Oliver.
So what's your gripe, that house, they know the name of him?
How at some point have we not had the actual person, Captain Cold, be like, hey, look, it's me. Like,
It's
that's
me.
so in his character.
It is kind
like,
of...
I guess you're not the only famous one, Flash. I can't wait to see him again. He's coming back this week.
He's coming back this week, and he's going to be a prominent role in
Yeah.
Legends Tomorrow. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was the Prison Break guy, because he's playing younger, in my mind.
Well, they're
than he
both
does
from
in
Prison Break.
Yeah, him and Fire.
Yeah, so... Oh, he's coming back this episode?
Well, Fire. I don't think Fire. Pyro.
I thought this was the mid-season finale. There's going to be another episode?
Yes, they're each getting one more episode.
Okay, so that'll be the
I believe.
Christmas episode then.
Yeah, it's the Weather Wizard comes back and breaks out Taskmaster and Captain Cold.
Taskmaster.
I'm
You mean the
pretty-
Trickster?
Trickster? Yeah.
You did that before. That's what I'm like.
Bending
That-
brands.
That's
I
Marvel.
said Pyro instead of Heat Miser.
I never know the dude's name, so...
Captain Heat. Let's see, scheduled. What day is
Yeah,
it
that
now?
makes sense, because, I mean, they gotta... My guess, they'll reveal Wally West.
Yeah, we've got Flash, a zombie, and Arrow. And this is the zombie episode I've been waiting for, where she eats the brains of a masked vigilante.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this.
Yeah, super pumped for that.
Okay, so that was Flash and Arrow. Both great episodes. We also had Gotham.
Gotham, yeah.
Gotham?
So much stuff teased.
So much stuff teased. And you know what I actually liked this episode? Was young Bruce Wayne seeming more like a Batman. He had some aces
Yeah.
up his sleeve. Like that. Some people complained they didn't like that part. They liked more of the action, which was going on everywhere else.
Yeah.
I liked the Bruce Wayne part. I liked him
Yeah. So, things I'll use tease, but some things they flat out showed us. About Court of Owls.
Well, yeah, because he mentioned his favorite.
She did.
No, she said her favorite was dolphins, but she asked him what his favorite animal was, and he said
instead of
owl.
owls. Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was the other way around.
She
Missed the dolphin comment.
she likes dolphins.
I thought she said owls, and he was like, that's a stupid answer.
No,
I'm like, because you're a Batman. But still, Court of Owls,
Mhm.
Mr. Strange,
Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange, and Dr. Freeze.
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Which
Get him all
Mr.
this-
Freeze looked like Firefly
Yeah, but with
an ice gun instead. So I'm wondering if they're gonna make them. I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened with Firefly. Did she get burnt up?
Yeah.
Or did she escape with?
She was sent to Indian Hill. She got all burnt up, and
and she's in Strange.
Yeah,
Strange.
Indian Hill. It resonates with me because around here, that's where the mansions are. They're in Indian Hill. Yeah. And I get paint bids out there, and I always get excited. I'm like, really expensive paint bids. But rich people are the hardest customers. They're so picky.
Yeah.
And
they're taking dead bodies.
Well,
so maybe he did make her Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze is the character I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked for it. I like Mr. Freeze.
The only thing I was confused about the episode, which I've thought about some, I think I know what, but when Fox...
Lucius Fox was great in this episode.
He was. But when he goes to the commissioner, the SHIELD,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, I know where Gordon is. I thought about more. I'm like, oh, okay, he's just doing that so Gordon didn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
So he was saving Gordon's butt, which is pretty cool of him. Or I'm like, this guy's a jerk.
But that was the season finale, so now...
Yeah.
I kind of like this time of year where I don't have to keep up on the shows.
Season or mid?
Mid-season.
Yeah.
They got more episodes coming. They tease too much stuff.
But I did like when they were like, cat, fox, cat. Yeah. And I was like, you're all animal names.
Yeah.
Cat, bat, fox.
It was kind of cool, everyone teamed up. I like whenever Alfred and Bullock are together. It's good. I like their dynamic for some reason.
Robin Lloyd Taylor, fantastic.
Fantastic.
He was already verging on the list, but this episode, he's on if I ever make a movie, I'll find a role for him.
I just wish young Bruce Wayne was old enough to be Batman, because I just want this to be the Bat universe.
Yeah. We get the Chandler Riggs thing. You got, another year, he'll shoot up like a bean sprout, as the kids say.
Yeah. They'll have to send him away, though, for a determined year where he's off training with the assassins, finding himself.
True. It'd be cool to get him, once he's believable as, 16 or whatever. I don't know what age he's supposed to be playing.
Yeah.
But, to where he starts trying to go vigilante stuff, and Alfred's like, look, if you're going to do this, then you need to get trained.
Well, that would go against the year one storyline by Frank Miller, where he does come back, and it's his first time ever being a vigilante, and he kind of sucks at it.
Really?
Yeah. A really good story.
That could work, too, in the off-season.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably, waiting for him to hit the bean sprout age, and he shoots up, and then they can, have a whole year in the off-season.
It's tricky. But, Leah Thompson, what's the doctor's name? She's pregnant.
Yep.
But she's also pregnant in real life with his baby. You didn't know that?
I didn't know they were a couple.
Ben McKenzie and... Yeah, they're a couple.
Nice.
So, yep. Knocked her up in the show and in real life.
I wondered if that was real or if she was just trying to get him to come.
That's true. I kind of thought that too. I'm like, is this real? But he proposes, so...
Are you going to name him Gordon?
What if they name him Barbara?
That's what I meant, Barbara.
That's a hard sell. The whole time I've been thinking, he's supposed to marry Barbara, and they have a daughter named Barbara, which is weird. Because it's still kind of weird. I speak out of turn because I was named after my grandfather, so I'm technically the second. But I always think it's kind of nepotistic or narcissistic to name your child after yourself. When I was younger, I'm like, I'll just do Frank James Hill III. I don't think I want to do that anymore. Gets confusing.
And name my kid the seventh.
The seventh. But it's even weirder and more unheard of that a mother names the daughter that.
It's not too common.
Yeah. I was trying to read, Batgirl's origin. It changes from the Silver Age and the Golden Age. Because originally Barbara Gordon was not the daughter. It was a niece. That's why it made more sense that he's married to Barbara King. It is all sorts of messed up. But at the very least, we know that he'll have a daughter named Barbara.
What if they name her Oracle?
That's a weird name, but...
Yeah, it's a weird universe.
It's a very weird universe.
That's great. A couple months without it.
Mm-hmm.
Let them figure out what they're going to do.
Let me get caught up on reading and watching movies.
Let me track down Robin Lloyd Taylor and be like, hey, let's do an interview, man. Get some pizza.
Got the tag. Okay, so we did that one.
And then, is there anything else before Walking Dead? iZombie was good.
Yeah, you watch that show.
There, some stuff's hitting the fan. But
I don't watch shows about zombies, man.
yeah, I don't watch too much show. But yeah, Walking Dead, I guess. That's all we got left for the shows.
Walking Dead.
We live tweet it, first off.
You live tweeted
that kind of stuff. Go to... Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Pause it.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, that was weird.
Very weird.
Had to take a little break. Had a break in somewhere. I think we were about to get on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a manager.
You gotta stop your life and do something. But yeah, anticlimactic in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like The Walking Dead. It's been kind of a letdown this half season.
Well, I think the season on a whole hasn't been let down. There's been really big episode. Calm, really big. I just think this one should have ended really big.
I mean, we both know what happened in the comics.
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean...
I think we needed one more scene.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see Sam die.
Just a kid. What I don't want to die is the mom. I don't know why. I like her.
Yeah.
I don't want her to die. Not until Rick at least gets to get it on.
They've had her on The Talking Dead a lot.
Have they?
I mean, she's been on at least twice, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Last season and this season.
Okay, yeah, that has been twice. I just feel like Rick needs to get it on. So weird to say.
Michonne. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously something's going to happen with him yelling mommy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something big happens right in the comics, scene for scene, this part right here.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're interested in knowing, I think we'll resist telling you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the 14th trade.
Yeah.
So, you can read it. But, yeah, I felt like we needed one more scene.
I do too. I mean, usually with mid-season and season finales, you get a significant death. And what's her name? Diana? Yeah, Diana. She was the death. Diana.
Yeah.
It wasn't even... Well, she's significant. She's a leader, but it wasn't, like, shocking.
There was a lot of weird parts of that for me. Like, I mean, it was an entertaining episode, but yeah. Her and Michonne, I don't feel like we've seen a relationship before this episode, maybe a little bit last.
Yeah, they did shoehorn that in. It's like, your plan will work.
And then even her and Rick had this weird relationship that I don't feel like we saw before.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then when she's draped over the baby, and I call it for the zombie baby, but
zombie baby.
Rick's not the kind of guy to hesitate there, you know? I mean, she pretty quickly says, "I'm not dead," or something like that.
She said, "It's me."
Yeah.
It's me.
But, I feel like...
It's still me.
Yeah, it's still me.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick would have already... Yeah.
Well, he may not want to shoot a bullet.
True, you don't know where the baby is, I guess.
Well, not even that. It'll track the walkers.
That's true. I didn't think of that part. That could have been his hesitation.
They're so, like, in a disadvantage because they don't have that much ammo.
Yeah.
They're in a terrible spot.
Yeah, and it's just kind of weird of, like... I mean, we don't know what's going on with any Alexandrians.
Yeah.
Like, they're just gone.
They're just dead.
I mean, you can assume they're in safety.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big reveal that Eugene was the one that said help, not Glenn, which I feel like everyone already knew at this point it wasn't Glenn.
Honestly, I didn't even catch that part because, like, it's been the common theme. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next back half. Sling has really been letting me down with these.
Yeah.
The quality goes to really low to high, and it's just, ugh.
You're always welcome here. Maybe we could record instant right after.
True.
Especially if they're going to keep doing the Badlands in between. I don't think they will the next half.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully we get some more comic book men.
Do they have a new show coming up?
I hope not. They've really, since the Badlands, comic book men has been off, and they're going to come back next year. I like comic book men. I always watch it like the next day.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I don't think they've teased any new ones.
Well, I know they've filmed them, so they've got a whole back half still.
No, new shows.
Oh, yeah.
I think Into the Badlands was the last one. But yeah.
That's the show I'll have to watch when it comes to Netflix all the way.
Yeah, I
mean, it looked cool.
I've put on, I think I've seen every episode. I've put them on at least.
Yeah.
But I do other stuff, you know. But yeah, it's something I'm going to, like, most AMC shows, I need to watch the first season all the way through. Like, Turned, tried to watch. Or Turned, not Turned.
Turned?
Turned is the zombie version of Turn. But, yeah, tried to watch that once. I was like, this is kind of weird, but I wasn't watching, like, the first episode. It was, like, a mid-episode. But then watched season 1. Halt Halt, Catch Fire. Watched season 1 straight through. Loved it. Watched the second one.
I haven't watched that many AMC shows.
Humans I watched week to week. It was pretty good. That's the iRobot show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Preacher's coming up.
If that'll be a show
that's
I'll try
the
to
next
watch.
one.
But yeah, so now we don't get Walking Dead till February.
We get Better Call Saul soon, though.
Yeah, I didn't catch the first season. My grandparents erased the DVR.
Yeah.
Or I moved or something.
It'll probably be on Netflix in December. I got the December list today. I didn't get a chance to look at it.
Oh, cool.
Though.
Yeah, that's a show I'll watch. Because I really like Breaking Bad.
But yeah, I mean, and then we get after the episode's over, the Negan thing.
And now we finally know how to say it. It's Negan.
Yep, Negan it is. But, that scene, I'm still like, they could have just floored it.
That's what I was thinking. Just pedal to the metal. Or
yeah.
Floored. I don't know how to
I
say
mean,
it.
the guys would most likely jump out of the way, and maybe you get caught up in their bikes or something, but worth a shot.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them have at least one gun on them. Maybe not Daryl, but...
I wish they would have had the rocket launcher up front with them. Like,
yeah.
Get out of the car. No. Boom.
Yeah. Like that crossbow, it's Negan's too. It's like, somebody already took it.
Aww.
His name was Dwight. Like, you met Dwight? Where'd you meet him? Show us. Yeah. So we know Negan's coming.
Mm-hmm. He's been cast. We know he's coming. They've said his name.
You think we will get him sooner or later? I always like the idea of, because he does a pretty epic thing in the comic.
Mm-hmm.
I always like the idea of that being the season finale.
Yeah, I think
it still will, but
I think what'll happen is relatively quickly, Daryl and the gang will get away from them. They'll escape. And so that'll lead them to try and hunt them, knowing that they're survivors. We're more going to deal with the aftermath of the walkers breaking into Alexandria. That's what's going to be the focus for the first bunch of episodes. And then we'll start bringing in, I don't think we'll see Negan until the season finale.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
If you figure 8 episodes, probably.
Yeah.
Probably 4 dedicated to Alexandria, 4 dedicated to Daryl and Negan. I mean, Dwight's got to come back at some point. Probably get another Morgan episode.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't get like a Survivor background episodes. Like where it's just focused on them, like the Governor episodes from season 3 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Looking forward to when it comes back.
I think we'll get that Survivor episode you're talking about next season.
The background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read. I know what happens with Negan, but I haven't read that part. I'm only up to, which it was where I thought this season ended, this half season, and I still stand it should have.
Mm-hmm.
Go read 14, and you will probably agree with me.
Where I ended is right where Negan shows up, so I'm hoping I get that 3rd compendium, and it'll shoot me so many issues ahead. But,
yeah.
So,
I mean, if we come back, I'm thinking of, if we come back and that's the first episode and that's how that ends, I'd be okay with that, because then you don't have 2 months of, is he or isn't he alive?
Yeah.
So I guess that could be a payoff, unless they do the whole Glenn thing again, or do that, then cut to 3 Daryl episodes, and then be like, oh no, he's fine. I can say Daryl because he's not in the comics.
Daryl. Yeah, that's true. In case anyone doesn't know, Daryl's not in the comics.
I was reading, man, I was going to skip Pop Talk to save time, but you guys didn't lose any time. We lost about an hour.
Yeah, dealing with cops and stuff.
Yep, makes it sound cool.
It does. I mean, that's kind of cool.
But
we trivialize it.
They had a black and white Daryl pop, and somebody was like, "It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. He's not even in the comics." Well, they did do black and white episodes.
They do kind of have a point. That is dumb. Oh well. I don't have a Daryl pop. I want the one with the longest mullet possible.
I want the poncho one, the not bloody one, but it's Hot Topic exclusive. It's probably discontinued and super expensive. The last Daryl that came out wasn't bad though. But I'll get through some stuff real quick. High C's bringing Ecto Cooler back.
I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yep.
Oh, I love that
it's
stuff.
Coming back for the movie. It's the Slimer.
Yeah.
High C stuff.
Oh man.
Surge is back too.
Yeah. You didn't know that? It's been back for like over a year.
I read the stuff, but I saw Burger King has a Surge slushie.
I had it. I took a picture and sent it to my brother. I should have sent it to you too then.
I need to try it, even though I know it'll make me sick. George Lucas explains who shot first. According to him, in the original, it was always supposed to be Greedo shooting first, but how it shot the first time, you didn't really see the angle was wrong, so it looks like Han did. And the concept behind it is he wants Han to be a cowboy like Clint Eastwood, and Clint Eastwood wouldn't shoot first, or John Wayne, yeah. It's his exact words. I still say Han shot first, and then he later changed his mind.
He retracted it. Who's to say? Editing was a lot different back then because you weren't dealing with high definition television. The only time people would see it that clear was in the movie theaters. Then by the time it got to their tiny screens, resolution's not that good, it's small. So you could get away with more stuff. Who's to say? I understand the reasoning for and against Han shooting first. It kind of changes his character a little bit. If he shoots first, he's more brash, more balls to the wall. If he shoots second, he's more of a hero. Clint Eastwood. So, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It's such a hotly debated thing. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, for someone who doesn't really care about Star Wars, I will go to my grave saying Han shot first.
I still think Han's awesome. Doesn't matter.
And then we'll watch Laserdiscs in 2 weeks, and I'll be like, Greedo shot first? What?
I have the latest Blu-ray. I don't remember how it goes. Who shoots first?
I watched the video that had them side by side earlier. I haven't seen my Laserdiscs to know. But we got a new trailer that showed some things. You finally got to see Luke Skywalker for a brief instant.
See, I don't know if that was fan-made, where there has been a leaked image of him and they just did some graphics, because it's just a still shot of his face, right? And
the one I saw, you saw a metal hand on R2-D2.
We've seen that for a while. That was like trailer number 2. But the actual old man Luke, we haven't seen his face except for the leaked still image. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is they just blew up the still image and did some graphics to make his hood move a little. Oh. Purposely, J.J. Abrams is hiding this. Now, I mean, the theory that Luke's gone bad is building more steam. But J.J. Abrams is really, this is important to him to keep it secret because he screwed up the second Star Trek movie. But with the Khan reveal. Everyone's like, it's Khan. He's like, no, it's not. Like, it's a totally different character. And then it was Khan, and everyone's kind of like, that was lame. We said it was Khan. You lied to us. So now he's like, screw that.
I almost bought the second Star Trek. Maybe I did.
It was on a deal or something.
Into the Darkness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if I put it back or not. Khan.
But I'm okay with it, because it's going to lead into the last big thing we'll talk about. We have the Star Wars trailer where they're leaving it ambiguous. We don't really know the plot. We definitely haven't seen Luke Skywalker other than the hand for sure. I don't know what that movie's about. It seems like they got to find something.
Seems like Kylo Ren has a nice lightsaber for Darth Vader.
Yeah,
he's got a better look at his helmet. It's pretty much the back end of it. It's dead on Darth.
Yeah. So you have that route of marketing. I mean, you can argue it's Disney. You know, relatively Disney has not spent that much money on marketing. It's more companies' products doing for them. They're going to make so much money. Pre-sales are already like at 100 million or something. It's crazy. Yeah. So you have that marketing tactic. Don't tell a whole lot. Leave it ambiguous. I mean, we still get some beautiful visuals and see some old characters, but don't know anything about the plot. But then we get this other trailer that just dropped.
Batman vs. Superman.
Batman, again, debuted on Jimmy Kimmel. If you stayed up and watched it, good for you. I did not.
I saw it a couple hours ago.
So that trailer, which, I mean, I've liked it. The more I've seen it, but it shows everything. It shows, the part I really liked it was in the beginning when Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne's dialogue. If you haven't seen it, pause this, go see it right now so you know what we're talking about. But it shows kind of the motivation to why they're fighting, shows crazy Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, he's playing the Joker, not Lex Luthor. I love the guy.
He's playing it like Jesse Eisenberg.
Don't call him Michael Cera.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Gets in the middle, and the thing I don't like is they kind of ruined Act 3. It was speculated that Doomsday would show up.
Yeah.
We straight up get to see Doomsday, and he didn't look that great to me.
Yeah. You straight up get to see Wonder Woman.
We knew Wonder Woman was in it. We even saw one scene, but we see her hero reveal. Like, when she's shown, that would have been a cool moment to get in the theaters. Yeah. We didn't need to see that. And it seems like weird that I'm complaining, like, I'm seeing too much. But it's kind of been the trend in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, we talked on the off mic, Terminator Genesis.
Terminator
we talked
Genesis
about on mic about it too.
Was ruined in my
Yeah.
mind with the reveal of John Connor. I couldn't think of John Connor
being a robot.
being a robot, being the bad guy.
Well, that came back into my life. That's why I wanted to bring it out. So I got the combo pack on Black Friday,
Nice.
which we probably won't have time to talk about Black Friday. Maybe a little bit at the end. But
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're trying to get this
But
done.
on the cover of the Blu-ray, at least, is him half human, half metal. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, if
What
you
a-
waited to see this on Blu-ray,
You're screwed.
like if you stayed in the dark thinking you were like, all right, I'm just going to buy it on DVD, which why you'd stay in the dark for that long, who knows? But yeah, you're screwed.
That
Right out the gate.
movie would have been better just by us not knowing. It's kind of weird to say, like nothing changed about that movie except your preconceived knowledge.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a better movie. I still think Judgment Day is the best one. The second one. Oh wait, is that Judgment Day? Yeah, because Rise of the Machines is the third one. Salvation. Wow, too many of these movies. But that movie in my mind was ruined because too much information was revealed.
Yeah.
Is that the case with Batman v Superman? Probably not. Still going to see this movie. It's still probably going to be awesome.
Yeah, you're just missing out on a lot of cool stuff.
We're seeing Batman and Superman on the same screen, and for the first time ever, big screen, Wonder Woman. That's crazy awesome. But I forget who said it. But they were saying, because a lot of people are kind of angry at the show too much. But they were saying that this trailer was not made for fans. This is more made for casual people, your moms and dads who look, oh, have you heard Superman's fighting Batman? It's more to get them excited because they already figured.
Wow, is that Wonder Woman?
Wow. They figured
She's a woman.
they've got our money, and you know what? They're probably right. They got my money.
Yep.
So once I kind of put it in that perspective, I was less nerd angry.
Yeah.
It's a kind of popular thing
Yeah,
to do.
make money.
It makes the money. That movie will make the money. But yeah, I think maybe just take away superheroes, take away anything, as the trailer told too much.
How long we got till that one?
March, I believe.
Not too long.
Nope.
All right, a few more things. My opinion, one of the saddest Doctor Who episodes this past week. You haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. I'm halfway through the season.
We're pretty confident that the season finale is next week, so we're both gonna hopefully have it finished, and then we'll just have the Christmas special, but run down in between Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I had to buy them digitally so I could watch it.
I'm tempted to see the Christmas special in theaters, but at the same time,
Is
I can see
it
it
Christmas Day or?
It's like the 12th or something.
Oh, you can see it earlier?
I mean, it's whatever day it's going to be on.
Every year
BBC.
it's always on Christmas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what it kind
This is, I've got it around here somewhere, but it was before Christmas.
Oh, well, maybe I might do it then. I don't know.
Something like that. But I mean, I've got it here.
But I don't, so that's why it's like, even though I have it digitally, you gotta wait till the next day till it pops up.
Yeah.
There's something, the last few Christmases, just, you have Christmas and watch the Doctor Who special. It's always kind of cool. I won't get to do that this year.
Yeah.
Christmas time this year.
But it's weird, like, I don't know, that'd be a weird thing for me to go to the movies to see, I think. You know, there's going to be a lot of people there.
A lot of people, a lot of fangirls.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll go more to Doctor Who next week. I like this guy, though. Peter
Capaldi?
Yeah.
I'm liking him too.
Super exciting news, but disappointing for me because I will never get to do it. Sci-Fi is moving forward with a Harrow County TV show.
Yeah.
Which
Kind of talked about it
Colin
before.
Bunn's horror comic right now. I've talked about it quite a few times. Great comic.
Yeah.
Super pumped for that. Hopefully they do a good job. It's sci-fi, so got my question marks.
Sci-fi. When was the last good sci-fi show? Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, I don't know. They did it was like
Being Human?
some like Opus or like Greek mythology one that was supposed to be on this year. And I watched one episode, but it was like that plus sci-fi. And I was like, oh, no, thank you.
Oh, speaking of, this remind me of it. I'm not going to go every single item because they came out weeks ago. Look it up online. But 2 blocks came out, a horror and arcade. The main item in the horror block, at first I hated it. I'm like, this is so stupid. But now that I took it out of the package, it makes me laugh and I like it. Is an exclusive David Hasselhoff Sharknado 3 bobblehead with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sharknado's like sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
why,
sure.
yeah. That was one of the items in the first one. Like, oh, it's so lame. This is the big item. But now that I have it on my shelf, I'm like, this makes me laugh.
Got to check arcade block. What was in there?
Arcade block, there was Nathan Drake Titan figure from Uncharted. A Hyrule wine cap. So once you've taking the
That's
cork
pretty
out.
cool.
That's pretty cool. I'm thinking about drinking wine now. It's actually good for your heart.
Sure.
A Christmas
check that down.
Christmas Yoshi shirt. Boy, I was not
Man,
prepared.
see,
to
like I
remember
would
that.
never get an arcade box. I just don't like video games that much.
I love
but
video games. If
that-
I could figure out how to do a video game podcast, I would.
That seems like it would be a fun one.
It was a fun one. There's something else I can't remember, but no, it's cool.
Oh yeah, that Yoshi shirt's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get a good one.
What else was in there? Yoshi.
Some kind of keychain that looks like a sword.
That's the Hyrule wine
is it?
stopper. Yeah, you put the wine in there.
Oh, I accidentally like that. I always forget that you can't double tap to zoom in on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some kind of mystery Angry Birds or something.
Oh yeah, it's a mini Angry Bird mystery thing. I got a little pink bird.
Some kind of key.
Oh, an old skeleton key. Yeah, that's right.
A Hyrule thing's not a Halo 5 calendar, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I got two from the Nerd Block camp. I got a small Star Wars one and a small arcade block. It'd be perfect if I had a locker room in high school, but I got an apartment. I can get full-size calendars.
Yeah, your shirt's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about wearing it for Christmas.
Check the internets. Yeah. So, real quick, do we want to get anything cool? It was Black Friday.
Black Friday, I'll run really fast. We both went down the camp of the
GameStop mystery
boxes. I only bought 2.
Got a few.
We got a few.
Made so much money off them already, though. So I was trying to get the Batgirl. I got a little obsessive. Ended up getting 4 boxes. Got due to trades with other people. I originally got 2 Claptraps and 2 Brother of Steel.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout.
But through trades, got all 4 except for Batgirl. I do have Batgirl now, though.
Do you?
It's on the way.
Nice.
But yeah, I've made a lot of money off of the boxes so far, so it wasn't a huge loss.
I was pretty stoked. I only got 2, and I got a Claptrap. That's the one I'm like, I don't really want a Claptrap, but I got one. And then I also got the Batgirl. That's the only one I really wanted.
Yeah.
And I mean, any of the gold ones would have been cool, but I'm like, oh, cool. The very first one I got was the Batgirl. I should have just stopped at 1.
Yeah. But yeah, there was I read where there were GameStop employees opening them and making their own boxes.
Yeah, the design of the boxes now, there was a seal, so you can't open the seal, but if you push the box to the side, you can peek in and see what was in there, and that's what a lot of people were doing.
Yeah.
Now, at our GameStop, they were behind the counter, so we couldn't do that. Maybe the employees could, but some GameStops, they were just out on the floor.
Yeah, from what I understand, the employees weren't, because I know one was trying to trade for either trade Superman for Brotherhood of Steel or vice versa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read where one GameStop had figured out a way to break the seal without breaking it, and they made their own boxes and kept them in the back for themselves and stuff.
It was a cool kind of thing, but I think there's a lot of people angry about how it's distributed, how the boxes were. There's one horror story of this guy who bought 15 of them, $20 a piece, 15, got all Claptraps.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'd be so mad.
Between the 2 of us and a bunch of people that worked for me that I got hooked on them,
yeah,
probably 16 to 18 boxes came through my store. And, well, there was one Batgirl. Well, one normal, one gold Batgirl.
Yeah.
I think 5 Claptraps.
A lot of Claptraps.
4 Brotherhoods. You have to check my math on this. And then handful of Batman also.
But it's the ratio that didn't make sense. There were 5 different ones, right?
Yeah.
And there were 1 of each, and then so many gold ones, but the ratio wasn't right. There were way too many Claptraps, or there were way too many ones. I think that was kind of across the board in different places. Theoretically, if we bought that many, we would have had 4 of each, and a gold one or something.
Yeah.
But instead. So, I mean, it's a cool idea.
I think their plan is to have them for $40 regularly, which it's not worth it.
I got an email saying they're back to 20, but I'm not even going to risk it anymore.
Yeah. You get a pop, 2 reaction figures, a keychain pop, and a pin.
Yeah.
The pin was superhero themed, either DC or Marvel. The pops mostly was Disney-ish, with a few Marvel, but I mean it's still Disney.
The keychain ones?
Yeah, the keychain. And then we had a Freddy Krueger and a Jason Voorhees come through.
For the refigure ones?
No, for the keychains.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the refigures were all over the board.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw Breaking Bad, Alien, Big Trouble in Little China, Tomorrow World. So that's brilliant 'cause nobody's buying those.
The Tomorrowland movie? I saw that this week. Good movie.
Predator. Yeah. You got the clear Predator. That was pretty cool.
Did I?
I thought you did.
I don't even remember. I immediately put those in my storage unit.
I got unmasked Predator.
Ugh.
I would have liked to have clear or masked.
I like
instead.
masked Predator better than unmasked with the mandible things.
Yeah, it's not the attack one, luckily, because that one's just terrifying. And then I traded some of my Alien ones for Walter Whites, so I think I got all
That's cool.
4 Walter Whites.
I could see a world where I collect these. What are they officially called? The reaction figures. Because they're kind of cool. I like the unified box of them. But I collect enough stuff, so I've stayed away. Through the different subscription boxes and buying those 2 ones, I got like half a dozen of them now, but I don't know if I'll do anything with them.
I'm going to turn mine for profit other than the Walter Whites. I'll probably keep that Predator.
And then I just went up the street to the Walmart and
Got a bunch of movies.
bought a bunch of cheap movies. Got a whole range of things. Tomorrowland was one of them. Got under 10. I forget what I paid exactly, but so some pretty new movies. Some kind of ones.
Yeah.
I got SpongeBob movie, Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I did not as much as I usually do, but got some movies. But I was like, got like Charlotte's Web and Land Before Time. So I was like, I'll probably within a year or two have a kid, so should probably start stocking up on some kid movies.
Yeah, I got like a bunch of kids I don't talk to.
Yeah, that's the Asian life.
That's what you do.
I got filled in some nice holes in my Uncanny X-Men run, so can happily say I've got 130 to current.
That's crazy awesome.
Plus a handful of others. Yeah, I think I really want to get solid. I got 100 too. That was the cool part. I mean, 101's definitely a better gem to have, but having 100 is pretty cool.
I think we kind of talked about it before, but me and Dan have different goals in life. His to get all the X-Men comics Uncanny. 1 to wherever they're at now.
Yeah, well.
And mine's the Amazing Spider-Man, 1 to 7+ now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a big chunk of them. We've talked about how
I guess we're 1 to 600 because Uncanny X-Men 600 was the big last issue.
Spider-Man keeps coming out like...
Well, yeah, they're starting a new series.
Bi-monthly and 3 times.
Yeah. But, yeah, I want to get at least a solid 100 and up. And then,
X-Men's kind of weird because they did that whole repeat thing for a while.
Yeah, and I've got a few of the repeats. One was before I was still a novice, right after I bought the big run. I was like, whoa, 92, 91? This is crazy. I wish it was 94. That would have been awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so old. Why is it only $20? And I figured it out very quickly. And then somebody was getting me Stan Lee's autograph. And they didn't know any better, and they bought like 75 or something. So it's luckily it's an issue he wrote, but it's a repeat issue.
That's the weird thing about X-Men, that it did that. Spider-Man does not do that.
Yeah. So
all the 1 through 100 are hard to get in Spider-Man.
I mean, if I could find them cheap enough, I'd get them. And then if I wanted to read those stories, I would just read those ones instead.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of them. I don't have that much money.
And then got the Cyclops statue I had my eyes on for a while. When the Magneto comes out right before my birthday, actually. But a little disappointed because they're actually more like plastic model kits. I mean, they're not like you're putting 200 pieces together, but
yeah,
they're still pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, you even asked if it was a HeroClick, and that was it looks a lot like my Giant Man HeroClick.
It does. I'm like, Cyclops get giant for some reason?
So, that's a little disappointing, but still cool. I'm still going to get at least the Magneto. I don't know if I'll get the whole run. And I got eggs.
From
Bob
I saw that.
and
Bob
Bob the Burger. Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers. So pretty pumped about those. Yeah. Well, Pop Talk.
That was Pop Talk. Or you want to go?
Pop Talk. I mean, they're releasing a bunch of new ones, but they're all pretty cool. The Lynch from Adventure Time, I'm not going to get it. So you guys may know. I don't like to have too many from the same series.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any right now. I guess you consider Flash and Arrow the same.
I'm more of a regular show guy.
But
I like regular show more than Adventure Time. But to be fair, I've never given Adventure Time that much of a shot.
I like Adventure Time. I get the seasons when they come out on DVD. But yeah, the Jake Carr with Finn. I'm like, I want the noir BMO because I like noir stuff. No, it's a good episode, but the Lynch is pretty funny looking. But yeah, I guess trivia real quick, and then that'll be it, guys. Yeah. Stay with us a little bit longer.
Really quickly, I saw the Creed movie. I'm not going to go deep into it, but really good movie. May have caused why I'm really sore right now because it inspired me to work out super hard.
Yeah, Ben's got a bunch of new movies up at the Real Movies blog.blogspot.com. Head over there, see his reviews. Yeah, when I get the free time, over a bunch of them. He's got Night Before, which we both saw, was pretty good.
Also good.
I'm sure he's got Creed up. I haven't checked.
Creed, it's like my second favorite Rocky movie.
All right, if you want to contact us, Twitter at @TheFranklyDone. We'll be live tweeting Walking Dead when it comes back. Maybe we'll find another show to live tweet in the meantime. Facebook.com/FranklyDoneNetwork. Instagram, FranklyDoneNetwork. Email us, FranklyDoneNetwork@gmail.com. Support Amazon. You guys know the drill by this point.
Boom.
FranklyDone.com for all home on the web. You can find out all the different ways you can support us, buy merch from Cafe Press, etc., etc.
Okay.
All right. Trivia. I don't even know where we left off.
We'll deal with it in post. Or not.
No, you can keep going.
Okay. True or false? Kane is a failed clone of Captain America.
False. I don't even know who Kane is.
False is correct. Kane is a failed clone of Spider-Man.
Oh.
Scarlet
Spider.
Yeah, he had the newer Scarlet Spider, but in the 90s he was this big hulking thing.
We were 38 to 35 last time.
Gotcha.
All right, so you probably... Ooh. The answer seemed easy. I don't know the question, though. What member of the Guardians of the Galaxy serves as the Guardian of the Keystone Quadrant? I don't even know if I would have been able to get this, and I read Guardians of the Galaxy.
Keystone. I mean, I'll just go with the...
You got 1 in 5 chance.
I'll just go Star-Lord.
False. Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah. Don't really read Guardians of the Galaxy. Love the movie, though. I think cosmic stuff's my weakness. I've always said that.
Yeah, I don't know if I read it, and I don't know if I would have gotten that. I'm sure there's some kind of easy reference there.
You should get this one. Dr. Morbius transforms into what kind of supernatural creature?
Let me check my pop collection. I'm going to go with a vampire.
Yeah, it was multiple choice, but I didn't feel like giving
Zombie vampire.
Zombie was one of them, but no, vampire's correct.
Nice.
It should more specifically say living vampire, but I'll let it slide.
You didn't give me the choice.
I know. No, it didn't say it on there. This just says vampire. I'm calling this game out.
He's Morbius, the living vampire. Lonnie Thompson Lincoln.
Oh boy.
An albino hitman with teeth filed down to points is known by what name? A. Hammerhead. B. Tombstone. C. Dark Lord.
Tombstone.
Correct. But you've been able to get it without the multiple?
No, because I was going to say Hammerhead.
Nice. All right, guys.
Well, I've been Frankie.
I've been Daniel.
Bye.
Bye.